Mark, a 1-0 defeat this evening to a pretty strong Swindon side. Can you pick that one apart for me?
Oh, when I saw the team sheet, I was like, okay, they've gone really strong. We did what we did with the team, with Saturday in mind. But I think when you analyse it, we shouldn't have got beat. We deserved at least a point. I thought Tomo made some good saves. We missed some good chances. To concede the last kick of games, just unprofessional. We have a chance to clear the ball. We head it out for a corner when there's no need, and then we concede from the corner. You've got to be more diligent. You've got to be more professional in that and make sure you don't concede. And we take the point, and we have a chance to get another point with the penalties. It's disappointing because we put a lot of effort into that.
So given the side that you selected and the changes you made, it was certainly a good performance. So was it particularly frustrating to sort of throw it away in the final seconds?
Yeah, because it's frustrating because the boys that are on the fringe of the team, if we don't go through, we're waiting on obviously Exeter to beat Swindon next week, to beat West Brom next week. But if we don't go through, those boys lose the opportunity to play another first team game because they'll be out of the competition. And whether they understand the magnitude of that, and I'm not sure, but I can't fault their effort. I can't fault their desire. But you've got to be more professional than that in the last minute of the game and make sure you see it out.
And we've mentioned those changes there. There were some surprises looking at the team sheet, more in formation than personnel. Taylor Allen slotting in on the left side of centre back, and where did that come from? Because it seemed to work pretty well.
Well, obviously we've got the players that needed to play, so Tells is versatile, and it was the one position that we needed a player in, and Tells is the most versatile of the lot, and he did fine tonight. I think the overriding factor is that we've always had Mansfield on Saturday in mind, and we've managed to get a good week of rest and good training into what will be a week by the time we play, into Ebu, into Winnie, into Big Jammer, into McGee, into Jake Young, into Odin Bailey, and so we're really fresh for Saturday.
And some key names you've mentioned there, but the side that you had out, despite the changes that we've mentioned, it didn't really look too much like a depleted squad. There was still some really impressive football on display.
The organisation was good. We worked yesterday on the organisation because we had an inkling Swindon would be strong, and the organisation would be key to make sure we didn't get overrun. We didn't. We're pretty solid in the game. We should score. We shouldn't have a zero. We should score. And we have chances to score, but when you don't score, you always put pressure on your defenders, and what happens right at the end can happen, and you lose the game.
I imagine Swindon will be saying much the same thing. It was a game with plenty of chances at both ends. Jordan Stevens, of course, a former Forest Green man, had I think 4 to himself. So you're looking at that and thinking, how has that ended just 1-0?
Yeah, but you know, like if teams are going to miss chances against you, and when you get yours, you have to score them, and. But you have to show more discipline and more professionalism in the last minute of the game. You make sure that your man doesn't score, or you make sure that you clear the ball up the pitch, you don't head it for a corner. You have to learn. When you make these mistakes, you have to learn from them and make sure it doesn't happen again.
And after both Lincoln and today, you've mentioned looking ahead to Mansfield, very clear that that's what you're preparing for. It's quite an important game because if 3 points there on Saturday could tee you up nicely for games against both Barrow and Southend. Yeah,
it's something we did. We've not tried to be clever. We're not trying to disrespect anybody, anything. We've played so many games in such a short period of time that certain players had to have a rest. Otherwise, they risked pulling something and being out for 6 weeks. So we had to prioritise, and the big game for us, me, in terms of what we want to achieve is the Mansfield one on Saturday, because it's the next league game. Not because it's Mansfield, but because it's the next league game. And we want to make sure that we go into that game really fresh. And the boys that have rested and freshened should be flying on Saturday.
as you touched upon there, the jam-packed run of fixtures that we've had. I can't remember anything quite like this in years, obviously with the COVID-19 situation. But when you have games that quick after one another, you have to rest players, don't you? You simply cannot play them every week.
We have to, or I have to take notice of my medical sports science department, and if they're telling me, listen, say Jammer for instance, or Winnie or Ibu has to rest, I have to rest them, because we have a duty of care to those players that have played Saturday, Tuesday, and how would we feel if one of them pulled a hamstring and was out for 8 weeks? So we've chose to give them a week's rest, freshen them up, be ready for a big game on Saturday.
And it's certainly not the first time we've said this, but the opponents on Saturday, a new man at the helm, Nigel Clough obviously coming in. Does that present a different challenge? Because you don't know what to expect from the side with someone new taking charge. Yeah,
obviously that the players will be desperate to impress a new manager. He sat in the stand against Sunderland and they went there and won 1-0. Knowing Nigel like I do, I know that he will get that club going, hopefully after Saturday. And the players will be on their toes. So the kind of guy he is, he will have them on their toes, and it's going to be a tough game. But we're with every little fibre in our body, and we can't wait for the game. It's going to be a good game. We're desperate for it to come, and we're desperate to get another 3 points.
I can tell there that it's one that you really want to win, and it will put you in a very favourable position if you do.
Yeah, we'll be in a great. We're in a fantastic position now.
Absolutely.
The boys are raring to go, and we know it's going to be a tough game. We fully respect Mansfield players. Big Faz coming back, did great for us, Faz Rawson. But it's a game we're really looking forward to.